What is good, guys, man? Thank you for tuning back into the channel, man. If you're new, make sure you hit that sub button down below to be notified for every single video that I do drop, man. And how you know you're notified is once you hit that bell. When you hit that bell, you're gonna press all. That's how you know you're notified. Now, whatever the title is right now, that's what the title is of this video. This is our first time watching it together, but I heard it was spooky, scary, all of the above, man. Also, go follow the Instagram. The link is down below in the description. It's Shawn91 underscore, man. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video, man.
I commented on a haunted video of someone passing by a house that had like flashing lights in the basement, and I commented saying that, you know, flashing lights is nothing because my family and I lived in a haunted house to the point where it was so haunted we had to move states. And a couple of you want a story time, and just to let you know, it's a long behind story. Also keep in mind, this was a very, very, very long time ago. Like almost, well, yeah, over 2 decades ago, because I'm very old. Also, don't mind my my neon shirt because I just got off of work. Anyway, so let's get to the point. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. Not technically Boston. I just say Boston because a lot of people, when I say Massachusetts, they're like, oh my God, what is that? I grew up in a town called Lynn. At the time, my family and I were living in this huge house, but it was like split into like apartments. My family and I, so it was me, my dad, my sister, and my mom. We lived on the first floor of this house. And if any of you are from Massachusetts that are watching this, you would know like how these multifamily houses are created and how the layout is kind of like old-timey almost. And basically everything in Massachusetts is old and very haunted and very spooky and old. Coming from a Vietnamese family, Vietnamese Cambodian family, my mother, who's a Vietnamese woman, she's a very superstitious person. Like, she believes in all of that, like, witchy stuff, that karmic stuff, that voodoo, hoodoo, paranormal stuff. Also, I just want to apologize for that stain on my car. And also, I want to apologize for this story kind of being wonky because, again, this was like 2 decades ago. This house always had like such a heavy, eerie feeling. And I was about 8-9 years old at the time when we lived there. And my younger sister, she's about 7 years younger than me, like 6-7 years younger than me. We would play hide and seek all the time. And whoever is into paranormal stuff, you know, playing hide and seek is not a smart thing to do. So one of the instances where it started happening, like all these spooky stuff started happening, was when my younger sister, she was about 2 years old at the time, we were playing hide and seek. I went looking for her everywhere, right? I went looking in my room, the kitchen, the bathroom, everywhere. I ended up going into my parents' bedroom where she slept, and I opened up my parents' closet, and I was feeling around in there because, you know, like there's no light in there. It's not like these walk-in closets. It's just a door and then close. Well, I'm feeling around and I felt a knee, and then I felt little fingers, like little hands. I'm like, boo, I got you. You know, like I found you, you know, hide and seek is over. My little sister comes in with her baba, her bottle, and she goes, you didn't find me, you know, like, no, you didn't find me. And I'm like, then who am I touching? I bolted the hell out of there. Okay, I grabbed my little sister, bolted the hell out of there. And that was when all the freaky deaky stuff started happening. Not Diddy freaky deaky, like paranormal freaky deaky. So then a week later, my younger sister, she got very, very sick randomly. And at the time, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was working a little bit further away. He worked third shift, so it was just me, my sister, and my mom at home. She got really sick, like really high temperature, where she was like seeing things, she was hallucinating. She kept saying over and over like she was seeing butterflies. But the one thing that stuck out to my mom, what freaked out my mom while I'm calling 911, is that my sister saw an old man trying to grab her. At this point, my 2-year-old sister was freaking out. She was crying, she was screaming. She's like at 107 temperature, ambulance is on the way. I'm the only one that speaks English because my mom did not speak English. So it was very traumatizing for me as an 8-9 year old. my mom had me grab my sister and her, and we ran out of this house. We waited for the ambulance outside. I tried to call my dad's job, let him know, like, hey, we're on our way to, like, this hospital with my sister in the ambulance. Wouldn't you know that as soon as we got into the ambulance and away from that house, my sister had no temperature. She was back to normal. Nothing was wrong with her. The hospital ran all tests on her, and nothing was wrong with her. Like, absolutely nothing. They discharged her that morning. So we might have gotten back to the house, like, at around, I want to say, like, maybe 7 in the morning. As we're going back to the house, my sister was asleep at this point. My dad's carrying her in. My mom and I, we kind of just, like, stopped. We stopped walking because as soon as we opened up the front door, it was a picture of me sitting on a nightstand. Not a nightstand. It was just like an end table in the living room. It was already, like, so the way our end table for the couch, our couch was against the wall, and the end table was pinned against that wall in the couch. So it's not moving anywhere, right? There's only like one way, and if you pull it out. Well, my picture was all the way back, like pushed against the wall. It was like a picture of me from like my kindergarten graduation or whatever it was, or picture day. My mother and I and my dad, we watched my picture just like slide slowly across the end table and just smash onto the floor. Did we stay there that night? Yep. Everything leading up to that point.
Why would they continue to stay there after the picture moved by itself and fell? Man, that's crazy.
Just completely sucked. My mom was so superstitious. She thought that there were just angry spirits in the house, which there probably was. I mean, like, we're living in Massachusetts. Everybody's freaking angry. But she thought that by leaving out food, like literally offerings of food, would keep the spirits happy. No, ma'am, they were not happy. My room was in the kitchen area, right? My bedroom was in the kitchen area, and there was a door that separated the kitchen from the dining room and the living room. I don't know why my parents didn't love me enough to, put me in the other room closer to them, but, favorites. Every night, my TV would turn on and off by itself. I would hear scratches at the end of my bed. I would wake up with scratches along my arm, my face, my back. I would have severe nightmares where it felt so real, like this ghostly figure was trying to get me. Things would just fall out the drawers, out the cabinets. Lights are not just flickering, but doors are slamming. I'm pretty sure my mom talked to our landlord who lived upstairs from us, and we were like family friends at that point. So I was too young to be really told about anything, but everything was happening to me. It got to a point where it started causing problems in my parents' relationship too. And so what we ended up doing was we packed up all our stuff and we moved to New Jersey. I am telling you, as soon as we moved out of this home, everything just felt lighter. I'm a very superstitious person. I'm very heavy into the paranormal and all of that. And yeah, to this day, do I think it was like demonic? Absolutely. I think that house is like freaking haunted. I think there's still probably creepy stuff happening. Never again will I ever set foot into that house if I was ever given the chance to go back to my childhood home. Never. I have joked to my husband that I want to drive past the house one day, like if I ever take them back to Massachusetts and visit family. But I don't know if that's a good idea, because like I really feel like that whatever it was tried to attach itself to me, my sister. Whatever family is living there now, you guys are brave. I hope there's nothing paranormal happening to you guys. Yeah. I was gonna make this like a series, but this is not really series needed. I mean, like, there's like a lot of stuff that happened that I guess I can talk about, because I really sound like I have ADD while I'm trying to tell a story because I'm not a very good storyteller. Anywho, I have a lot more stories to tell. I mean, if you're interested, let me know in the comments, and maybe I will create a series on all the paranormal stuff that happened to me growing up. And I really need to get the card detail because I don't know what that is, but it's gross. Okay, bye.
Man, that was a crazy, crazy story, man. Personally, me, if all that stuff was going on in that house multiple times, I do not care. I would not be staying there, man. To the point they had to move out of state just to get away from all that crazy stuff, man. Um, yeah, that's a scary story for sure. That's a scary story for sure, man. Listen, man, y'all comment down below exactly what y'all think, man. And at the end of my videos, I'll say stay inspired, stay motivated, stay grinding. Until next video, I'm out of here. Peace.